Hey dudes and chicks, and neither of those rules don't apply to you. Welcome to Makeup for Last Time. My name is Katie. Today I'm going to be telling you guys my favorites of 2020. I didn't put any rules on it. I just put whatever the fuck I wanted in here. So if you guys are interested in hearing about my highlighters, blushes, complexion, all that other stuff, everything else that wasn't my eyeshadows, then just hang out. I'm going to start with complexion just because, I don't know, it just seems like the right thing to do. There's really no particular order. I feel like I want to build up to the highlighters, so that's what I'm going to do. So to start off, I'm just going to say I have been using for the entire year the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Primer. I use it every single time I put my makeup on. It just works for me. Honestly, I don't know if it holds my makeup on any better or not. It feels like it's just moisturizing and it fucking smells really good and it feels really good. So I use it. I was watching a Robert Welch video recently, and he talked about if you wear too much primer, it might like add to your creasing when if you have a lot of fine lines or crinkles on your face, then that might add to that. So I kind of have been lightening up on it a little bit, but I don't know if it's made a difference or not. But the other thing I use in the areas where my pores, on my nose and in my smile lines and on my forehead is the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. I think that's what it's called. I've been using it for a long time. I'm pretty sure that was in my last year's favorites, but I just decided at the last minute to throw it in. And then something new that I have really fallen in love with that came out of this year is the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Foundation, Hydrating Foundation by ColourPop. It's pretty bomb. I just apply it with my fingers because when I apply it with a beauty blender or a beauty sponge more, it is too thick and it looks a little cakey to me, and it also creases more in my fine lines, so I don't use a beauty blender for that. And then also the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Mist. I honestly don't know if I like this better than my Mario Badescu Rose Spray, but I love the mister on this, and so I'm trying to use this up so that I can fill this bottle up with my Mario Badescu and see if it's better, because the mister is not better, and this mister is so good that I can't use anything else because the mister is so good. Now, I think it makes my skin look great. I think it makes it look super dewy and luminous, which when you're a little bit older, dewy and luminous is the goal. I know that it does do that, but I just don't know if it works better than my Mario Badescu, because my Mario Badescu, the spritzer like sprays, it's a heavy spray and it leaves like droplets, which is just as less comfortable. So I'm curious to see when I get this emptied out if that facial spray, I guess is what it is. It's not a setting spray, it's a hydrating spray. And I think that this is pretty much a hydrating spray as well. So anyways, I just think it makes my skin look great. Last week when I was in, like the day before Christmas, I was in my hometown and I went to the TJ Maxx to get some last minute Christmas presents, and they were filled with Milk products, and I literally got the Milk Blur Setting Powder. What is it called? The Blur and Set Matte Loose Setting Powder in medium for 10 bucks. And then I got the Milk Makeup Bronzer in Baked for 10 bucks. And so I like snatched that shit up like fucking you don't even know how fast. I was like, phew. And then, well, I actually found this in my town that I live in now, because I went to the TJ Maxx here to see if they had Milk, and they also have Lime Crime there right now. The Lime Crime lip glazes are at TJ Maxx. So if I can get this uploaded in time, maybe you guys can hurry your butts down. I just actually had a conversation with a girl on Instagram. I was like, dude, they have that same color at TJ Maxx. I don't know where you live, blah, blah, blah. She's like, dude, I scored this at TJ Maxx. So Lime Crime lip glazes and Milk makeup is at TJ Maxx right now, probably in a lot of places. So if you guys can get there, if you're in any kind of, if you have the ability to get to a TJ Maxx, they have Milk makeup and Lime Crime there right now. So anyways, these two products quickly went into my favorites for the year, because I can't believe how pretty they make my skin look. Like, the bronzing stick is totally amazing. I used it with a sponge and I used it with a brush, and they both look really good. They make my skin look way younger. This Blur and Set powder actually makes my skin look younger, and it actually de-accents my wrinkles. Like, nothing takes away wrinkles, but that definitely like helps in this area right here. So that's pretty exciting. I'm really holding unfolding. I'm like trying to, I'm like, oh, no surprises here. Like, might as well not even watch the video. Katie's just showing all of her cards right out the gate. The other thing I want to mention is the Lime Crime Freckle Pen. I don't use it very often, but I already have a little tiny bit of freckles. And so every once in a while, I'll just throw some more on there. I feel like they make me look a little bit younger, and I feel like they give me a kind of a more youthful, playful look when I do my makeup. That isn't always my thing. Like, I like to look kind of serious and kind of hardcore. So like a lot of times, like, I feel like if you're wearing fake freckles, it makes you, it takes away that like hardcore edge. And so that's kind of my style, is like more hardcore and kind of metal and shit. So like, I'm not really into fake freckles, but every once in a while I'm wearing them right now just because I thought it would really match the theme of the look that I'm wearing. Which you guys, I'll be uploading this look after I do all my end of the year videos. Anyways, and this freckle pen looks so natural. Like, you cannot tell I'm wearing them, and I don't make sure, I just do them sloppy so that they actually look like my real freckles. I don't feel like people can even tell when I'm wearing it. That is how natural this freckle pen looks. I just love it. It's honestly the only, I'm not that into freckles, so I'm not like versed in freckle pens, but if I was to pick, I would say that this has been, I have used this a few times this year and really enjoyed it. That's all my, oh, and the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Tinted Moisturizer. This is my go-to. This is what I wear every single day. I really like this foundation and I wear it often, but this is like my go-to. I wear it every single day that I wear foundation, which is not every single day. It's late. It's like 1 in the morning. So anyways, if this video sucks. Okay, so the next thing that is in my favorites for the year is the Hourglass Ambient Light Ghost Edit palette. So I don't know, there's just something about this palette that makes me look so young and fresh and lit up and dewy and glowy. And honestly, like, everything in this palette is like pure perfection. Like, when I want to look really good and I want people to actually compliment the way my skin looks, I wear this. It's like a secret weapon, and it's fucking spendy. It's 80 bucks. It's total bullshit. I think I got it either with my taxes last year or on a Black Friday sale. So I either didn't pay full price or I paid full price when I had an abundance of money. I have just this year been introduced the Abh Eye Shadow Primer, and I do like it. I like it. It's a problem solver. This is the cleanup wave for me. This is the last resort. When I am using eyeshadow palettes that are pesky, they're not blending, they're creasing, they're not like, they're sticking, like when, or they're fading. With my P. Louise primer, I use this as a solution for any kind of problematic shadows. I don't know why. I mean, I have a theory. I think it's because it is a little bit more matte, and so things are a little bit more blendable over the top of this primer than they are on the P. Louise, which stays, it just doesn't dry down quite matte, I feel like. And so I think this is just a little bit more matte, and a little bit, the finish is a little more powdery and like dusty kind of, so it makes things easier to blend. And then my NYX Glitter Primer, I use it all the time. I do like the Peaches and Cream Glitter Primer as well, but this is pretty much what I use every single time. It's actually old as fuck, and I probably need to replace it because the consistency and the adhesive is like really thick and old. I used somebody's brand new bottle, like probably, I don't know, the week that I graduated from cosmetology school, and it was like new, and it was totally like creamy and like nice and fresh, and it spread so easy. It wasn't like sticking to my lid and like pulling my lid with it like how my glitter primer is. I was like, fuck, I need some new shit. And then the other thing I do want to talk about is the P. Louise and Mmmmitchell Acid Reign Eye Paint in Blank Canvas. This is a cut crease dream. Like, this is a game changer for cut creases. It dries down matte, and it actually, you don't need to put shadow over these. These will dry down and you can actually blend them out like a shadow. But this particular color, Blank Canvas, is like, I feel like it's the only way to go if you're going to do cut creases, especially a cut crease with a matte shadow over the top of it. Like, this is the only way to go. Like, putting matte shadow over a cut crease over this kind of eyeshadow base is like, that's like obsolete. Like, this is a game changer for a matte shadow cut crease. And then the other thing I want to talk about is the P. Louise brush set that comes with the with those Acid Reign paints. this is the best cut crease brush, I swear to God. Like, it is like, it's so thin, and if you really load it with product and get it, it's like a razor sharp point to do your cut crease. And then also, this brush is like, I don't know why this little tiny, it's really short, and I don't know why it seems to work better for me than all the other brushes that everybody else that I see on YouTube loves to do winged liner. But this length of this just really works so much better for me than the longer Suva Beauty, the Makeup Forever. I mean, I did a lot of research on brushes like this, and I spent a lot of money on brushes like this, and this one was fairly affordable, and it's the best one I have. So for wings and lining my lid, and with, I use Inglot with Duraline. That's how I get a wing liner, which I'm not even that good at wing liner, so don't fucking take my word for it. The next product I want to talk about is the Milk Makeup Kush Lip Balm in the tube, not the twisties. So this isn't the normal one that I use. This is in the shade Nova, and it just has a little bit of a peachy tint to it, but you can barely see it. And I normally use the plain Kush lip balm, and it's like, I can't even use a regular chapstick anymore. Like, this is the only thing that I can even use. Like, I have to have one of these, but I found this tinted one on sale at TJ Maxx, and so I bought it because both of mine are so empty. I'm like squeezing it. I have the edges folded over, and I'm like pushing it out the top little tiny bits at a time because it's like almost gone, and I cannot be without this shit. Like, it's like changed my life. Okay, so I'm going to talk about lashes. My #1 favorite lashes of the year have been the Rouge and Rogues lashes in Slayer. I'm wearing them right now. In fact, I'm wearing all of these products right now that I could get on my face. The foundation, the primer, the Milk Blur Stick, the setting powder, the spray, the freckles, the lashes, everything. I'm wearing the highlighter. One of the highlighters that I'm wearing is in here. I also want to talk about brows. So I've been doing soap brows, and that's where I've basically been living. I feel like I've kind of got it down. Like, every once in a while they don't look as good as I wish that they did, but right now I ran out of one of the products that I use to do my soap brows so well. But the thing that makes my soap brows good is these Lime Crime brow pens. They're not fucking cheap. This is $60 worth of fucking brows right here. So that's total bullshit. I don't expect anybody to do that, but I'm like really picky about my brows. I don't like my brows to look, I like my brows to look like there's as little product as possible in them. I don't like dramatic brows. I like my brows to look feathery and natural, and these are what give me that feathery natural look. So I just use these to fill in, and I like swipe. I actually like am getting a lot better, so I'm able to like draw my brows on. It's not quick and it's not cheap, so I wouldn't suggest it, honestly. But if you're into, if it's really important to you to make sure that your brows are feathery and natural looking, then this is the product that I've been using, and this is the game changer for me. Now we're gonna get into blush. I feel like there's a few things that have been the standouts, but mostly for blushes, it's been the Arthurine palette. Like, you guys know, it's the Arthurine palette from Menagerie Cosmetics. It looks like this. I love every single one of these colors. I can't say that I love any one more than the other because I pretty much use them all equally. I don't have a preference. They're all really good. They're super pigmented, so don't get all crazy with it. But honestly, like, this blush palette is like so worth the money to me, and I'm so grateful that I was able to get it when they restocked. I love it. It's pretty much, I don't know, I feel like it's replaced a lot. But then the other blush product is the Blurshes by Made by Mitchell. I'm waiting on the other 3. I ordered 5 out of the 6, and I'm waiting on the other 3. They've been stuck in Chicago for like 5 weeks, which sucks, but whatever. Like, I knew what I was risking ordering from another country at Christmas time during COVID Christmas. So anyways, yeah, these are so beautiful. I'm wearing them right now, and I actually used a stippling brush for the first time ever to blend these out, and I just think they look so fucking cute. They're so beautiful. They're so pigmented, and the finish is so natural. They actually look like your real skin. I just love them. I love using them. I love the colors. I wish I had more colors so that I could wear them more often, because I do not wear like a go-to blush color. I love making the color of blush that I wear match the eyeshadow that I'm wearing. I love the blushes. And then I have like 500 highlighters. I don't know why, because honestly, there are very few highlighters that I really, I wish that I had every color of highlighter. I don't like champagne-y, pinky, whitey. I don't like those kind of neutral, natural looking highlighters. I really like unusual highlighters. And so basically I have the Black Moon Cosmetics Moonlighters, and I have them in the shade Glowworm, Shroom, and Cat Shark. And Glowworm is a greenish gold. It's like, it's goldy, but it really has like mainly a green hint to it. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's what I'm wearing today. It's what I usually wear with green looks. And then Shroom is like that pinky goldy. It's really fucking pretty on. And then Cat Shark is purple. This is like a pretty fierce purple. And there's just something really awesome about these highlighters, that they look like a glow. They don't have a shine. They actually look like there is like a glowing light coming out of your skin. And it looks like it's actually your skin. Like, it doesn't look, I don't know how to explain it, but they're not shiny. They are like, I don't know, they're not shiny. They are glowy. The Shroom is shiny, but the other ones that I have are not. They're like glowy, and they actually look like an eerie glow coming out of your high points. And so I really like that. I don't know that it's for everyone, but it is definitely for me. The other highlighters that I want to talk about are the Get Wet highlighters by Stacey Marie and Be Perfect Cosmetics. They came with the Love Tahiti collection. Now, I did not love these highlighters until I used them with a beauty blender, and that was the fucking money shot. So the ones, and this one is the best one, is the Hollow Glaze. It's the pinky gold one. It looks like, I don't know why my camera's being like this. Using this with a beauty blender is like so fucking beautiful. I don't know. You can't, I feel like my lights are too bright. Using these with a beauty blender, this is definitely my favorite highlighter that I own with a beauty blender, not with a brush. I can't get it to look, it looks like it's sitting on my skin rather than like it is my skin when I use a brush. But with a beauty blender, it just blends right in. It's like so shiny and natural, unnaturally natural. It doesn't look like a natural color by any stretch. And then the Do You, this is just one of those plain kind of pinky champagne-y colors. It's not really my thing. I don't use it very often. I use those kinds of colors when I can't think of what other color to wear, or if I'm wearing like a neutral look. But this color right here is a lot more orange than it looks. And I really enjoy a good orange highlighter, and orange highlighters are hard to find. And this is the color Soft Silk. So as I said, like using these with a beauty blender is like there's no better. And so I guess I can't say that exactly, because my next ones are the Kaleidos highlighters, and my favorites for the year were definitely Moon Cruiser. It's like a purpley, it's like a bluish purple color, and it's honestly like, it's like more of a magenta purpley color. I don't know if you guys can see that. Sorry if I'm just wasting a bunch of time, but it blends out. You have to really blend the fuck out of it. And so I don't know what it's like for people who don't have a lot of texture on their skin, but I do have a lot of texture on my skin right there. And so it's really difficult for me to find good highlighters that actually don't like sit, I don't know, like just add texture. I find that Kaleidos's formula is really pretty, but it's not the formula that doesn't add texture to my skin. And so I love the colors, but they're not my ideal formula because I have texture on my skin right there, and it's difficult for me to like blend it out good enough. So that Moon Cruiser, I have to blend it for like, I mean, a long time, and like really rub it to get it to look right. But once I get that, and honestly, I learned that tip from Debbie from Vinyl Beauty. She was like, you got to blend the shit out of it, girl. Well, she didn't say that because she don't talk like that, but she's like, you have to really blend it out. And so the other one is the Mars Melter, the original Mars Melter. And it is like a glowy, a glowy highlighter, much like the Moonlighters, and I love that about this. And this does not give me texture. This, like, it doesn't take a lot of work for me to get this to not sit on the top of my texture on my skin. And then I just got the new Mars Melter and the new Prophecy highlighter in the mail like 2 days ago, and I basically just tried them. I didn't have any other makeup on. I just tried them on the top of my bare skin, and they were fucking amazing. These are definitely in my favorites. They're totally beautiful, and also neither one of these added texture. I don't know if they obviously did reformulate, but the formula of these two does not add texture to my skin, and so I'm super excited to use them more in my looks. It just so happens I haven't done any looks that match those colors. That's everything. That's all of my favorites of other stuff for 2020. I'm not even sure if this video is going to be very good because it's so late, and I'm worried about being loud, and I'm worried about, like, I'm not very funny right now, so I'm just like, whatever. I don't know if I was excited or if I'm like, hey, these are really good, and you guys are like, yeah, we can tell. So, oh, I forgot one thing. It was sitting in my lap. I almost totally blew it off. The other highlighter that I fucking love, and honestly, this is probably my favorite highlighter of the year, actually. As it sits right now, I've been using this quite frequently. This has become like my go-to when I don't know what else to use, and it's Glimmer in the Alien Cosmetics blush palette. Now, I like the rest of the blush palette. It's good, but this highlighter is really the star of this show for me. And so I don't know what it is about it. It's like those pinky gold highlighters, only it's just like to the goldy side, and it's a little more, I don't want to say subtle, but it's got like a dainty effect to it, or like a delicate effect to it, where it's not like mild or meek or weak. It's impactful, but it just, I don't know, the way it glimmers is like, it just has a dainty feel. Like it looks like fairy dust. And the color of it is really unique. And so I don't know, I've really been loving that, and I've been using it a lot lately. So anyways, those are my top favorites of everything for 2020. I hope you guys got some things out of this that were new, and maybe not. Maybe everything on here is the same as everybody else's. I think I brought some things that are different than what everybody else is using. Not a ton, but some. That's it. That's all I have. It's almost 2021, and we're ready. We're ready to get this fucking show on the road. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, because you can't wait to see what happens next. Hit the like button if you like this video, or if you just like to hear me run my neck and you like this commentary bullshit where I'm like blah blah blah, or if you just like my sparkling personality, my boyish charm, and hang out with me in the comments, because I fucking love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. You could have been anywhere, but you were here spending your precious, valuable time with me, and I totally appreciate you. Later.